tomorrow. But we're in. Diego for Tompinai Empire will be our first attacker. Man, what a stretch job we did there, Woody. It's Electro Titans to get the war going.
Yeah, flawless social media callouts there, Bash. Well done on keeping the time going strong. Diego also mindful of time, as he's only got 3 minutes to make this initial attack happen for the Tompinai Empire. Will they expand their borders, or will HT in Brazil hold the line against a mighty Electro Titan force massing at their walls right now? We've got an Ice Golem to block for the Queen out in the left corner. Expect to see some healers deployed. Oh, it's going to help out on the center of that army, not going to help out the Queen. That is a massive rage jump heal Grand Warden bonanza of offense that Diego has dumped right into this base, Bash.
And I like what he did here. We were kind of talking about it, Maxi and I, in the last war, where the Queen usually stays on the outside here, and we see just that. The King surging through the middle with all these Titans making their way to the Town Hall, and this one is looking very strong. World Champion now joining the party from the top side of the base. She should have that all under control, and this is what we saw from Synchronic in their World Championship run. They were able to just dissect the enemy bases with these Electro Titan attacks, using the Queen on one side, the World Champion on the other side, and the King up the middle with the Titans, and it was so successful for them, and it looks like it's going to be very successful for Diego.
Drops the final skeleton spell to distract the monolith, and with his last free spell, this base is totally decimated. Queens cloned up on the left side, and a Grand Warden still looking healthy with a Royal Champion to throw the spears off. Not quite the full house I was hoping for, but Diego does.
Pato's in next. We do have a Root Rider attack here. Pretty traditional setup with the one overgrowth spell. Lots of super barbarians in here for the support. Early deployment here on that siege barracks from the top, getting those 2 P.E.K.K.A.s out just to go ahead and get the funneling set up top there. And the Roots are going to go ahead and join the party right up the middle of this base.
Strong the ground-based composition and distracting that scatter shot with the skeleton spell as well. Pato is just going to be cruising in. Find some rocket loons in the CC along with archers and ice golems to try to slow things down here. He's going to have to snipe those from afar. A single target Inferno is locking onto his big troops, and those Root Riders are getting burnt up. Now it's going to be a lock onto the Grand Warden that forces out a 3 spell from Pato to keep him safe on the backside, but troops just do not really seem to be interested in targeting onto that single target Inferno. Just one of those Archer Queen clones makes her way onto it, but it's another lock and another free spell down. Pato is having to invest a lot on the backside to try to round out this base and get to the bottom. He's lost his overgrowth now, and this is looking a little bit scary. He still has a lot of strength on the interior, though. Can he make the 3-star happen, Bash?
Well, ultimately, like, that rocket balloon is just pounding away on those roots. He loses another Root Rider there, but look at this. He's just gonna muscle his way through here. Doesn't get that rocket. That rocket balloon is still up, taking out the roots, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Pato's just gonna power through and just get this base taken care of. That looked like it was under fire from the get-go.
Tompinai Empire, are they also going to favor aerial attacks, or are they going to stay mostly grounded?
I was gonna say they use a pretty good mix of attacks, and we see that right here from Owlin coming in with a dragon attack, a really kind of old school dragon attack, but we've seen this be very, very effective in the past, especially against the right base, and it looks like he's gonna go ahead and set up the pathing down here on the bottom of the base. I'm looking for a recall for the Queen. It doesn't look like she has one, so the Queen is just gonna go ahead and path through there with the King using that spiky ball. If the King can tank, the Queen can get into that monolith. Battle Blimp coming in to join those dragons, protected with the Eternal Tome from the Grand Warden, and this should land on the Town Hall without any issues.
Yeah, that's fantastic protection for the Battle Blimp and all the dragons on the exterior. Still, this is a tough base with a lot of defenses spread out, kind of diamond shaped, and finding still on the backside an air defense, multi-inferno, multi-archer tower. Still a scatter shot in the interior that the dragons haven't been able to get to yet. The CC pull is unfortunately going to happen as that Royal Champion wanders a little bit too close, and the ice golems that come out, they're going to start to distract the Queen over on the bottom side. Right about that, at the same time that she's going to engage that enemy Royal Champion. That's going to require an invis spell here from Almolin to keep the Queen safe as the scatter shot starts to take a few shots against the dragons, but it seems like 3 stars are in his future with another free spell yet to deploy. There's hardly any defenses left, and Almolin has just toppled this base, Bash.
Absolutely crushed. Did a great job kind of dividing this base into sections. Use the King and Queen on the bottom side, use the Royal Champion on the top side, and then ultimately the dragons from the right, working across the middle, get the job done, and it is another 3-star for Tompinai Empire, and I believe
competition with HT in Brazil not earning a golden ticket, and Navi not quite up to snuff on the world's level, coming in 6th place as the first eliminated, and yet they're doing rather well so far today. Navi down in the lower bracket, but only missing once, and HT in Brazil still showing the same level of aggression that has earned them spots like this here in the Snapdragon Pro Series Finals once again. I think that they are doing very well today and would expect to see this Root Rider army with a Siege Barracks over on the bottom left side, Archer Queen and Barbarian King up on the top side to clear out even more structures to be another really rapid, quick attack leading to another 3-star strike.
What these teams are doing with these attacks is just so impressive. They're really just breaking these bases down layer by layer. King and Queen on the top, Root Riders kind of in the middle, like left middle position, and then the Royal Champion with the barracks on that left side. And this base just falls layer by layer. All the defense is going down. Overgrowth there to shut down the Town Hall and that Tesla farm with a couple of bows. So a lot of key defenses in there. Now, one thing I did notice, he doesn't have a rage, but he does have 5 freezes here with those
5 of them.
Yeah, with those last ice golems going down from the clan castle, he can pretty much keep the town hall frozen. It's all but like another overgrowth, but just freezes here to keep the town hall at bay. And this one should be another 3-star. Look how fast, Woody.
Permafrost by Achilles, who has no fear whatsoever about defenses shutting him down.
Wow.
And just as we had hoped, in just sub 90 seconds, he's a couple different teams competing with Team Queso when he scored the 3rd place win in the first World Championships. He fought with Existence the year after that, falling only to the Queen Walkers. He's also been able to pick up plenty of wins as Tompinai Empire, fighting with them since 2021. But can he get it to the very top and find a championship title? That is the question for him now, as he marches along the bottom corner with this Grand Warden walk and a Flame Flinger along the other edge to get a lot of long-range shots against this base. Interestingly, brings the Poison Lizard, who has not seen a whole lot of combat since the release of some of the newer pets. He's got to protect this Grand Warden, who's taking a lot of fire. Invisibility spell not enough to protect him, and I think it was a forced ability out there.
Yeah, something pulled that warden up. I think maybe a Yeti pulled that warden to the north. I didn't see it, but something pulled that warden to the north. He gets him back under control. He brings him back down to the bottom with the Super Witches, but those big boys from the Super Witches are in the middle of the base now. He needs them to kind of get taken out so the witches will spawn some new big boys down here at the bottom of the base. I think this is still fine and under control, just a little bit of distraction. Luckily, Rigo wasn't going for like a crazy fireball or anything, because that could have definitely caused some issues.
This is a scary entry nonetheless. He has got a lot going great for him so far, but has to worry about that monolith. Drops the first freeze, and he's got 2 more left. Expect to see that jump spell give access to that Town Hall compartment on the very top, and I love that he's doing so much work with the Barbarian King along the bottom left edge as well. You don't want to have to wrap around and deal with additional defenses after taking out the core of the space, and so Rigo Torres is doing everything he can to keep his troops lined up perfectly. Now, this is another very slow attack bash, and even with the possibility of a 3-star, still looking very strong here. He's just about to cross that 2-minute threshold and will give HTM Brazil a big advantage on time. Even with a beautifully aimed attack, these Super Witches just do not have that marching force to get the double time over the line quickly enough.
Yeah, and he's still got a lot of base remaining here. This one's probably going to be at least 2 minutes 30 seconds. He's still got to get through the back end of the space. There's a Tesla farm in there. He has a Queen. He has Super Witches. The Royal Champion is in there with the Rocket Spear and the King. So I don't think he has an issue of getting through it. It's just all about the time, as this one is ticking away. Royal Champion not distracted with skeletons. And it's going to be over 2 minutes 30 seconds, maybe right here at the 2-minute 30-second mark. That is definitely a lot slower, but ultimately, getting the 3-star, I think, is the game plan here, and it is going to be another Root Rider attack, which seems to be their go-to right now, as we see this setup here with the hero equipment. That Healing Tome is massive there on the Warden, and Leo's going to look to roar right through the middle of Almolin's base. Another 3-star will put them far ahead, not only on time, well, I guess just on time, because we're all squared away if he gets a perfect here.
Barbarian King marches on the left lane and will support an Archer Queen, getting easy access to the left side compartment. Ground-based X-Bow on that left side is starting to tick away at that King. but they should be able to get through this compartment with no trouble at all thanks to Earthquake Boots and a Spiky Ball bouncing through so many defenses. Caught that Tesla farm early, and even with a Rage Tower popping up again, it's not going to be any problem at all for Leo, who's got even more angles of attack to add to this assault. Grand Warden on the top side is going to get some support with the Root Riders and Valks as a Royal Champion, and the Siege Barracks along the top corner of this base will get even more work done. He's just firing on all cylinders, Bash. There is no slowing down Leo as he roars into this base, finds an easy attack so far. Although the Queen has pivoted to the outside, that's going to be an overgrowth to leave that Town Hall to the very end again.
Shouldn't be an issue here as he's got plenty of force in the middle. He does have to use a Royal Champion to get back to the Town Hall as the overgrowth does wear off right now. He does get the multi down with 2 Super Barbarians, so a great play there. With the Royal Champion is moving forward, he's going to have to keep her up. It's going to be all on the Royal Champion for the Town Hall takedown here, but I think she's fine. With the spell support he has, she should be able to get this down. Free spell goes in. That'll bring in the Hog Riders, and it's just the Town Hall and Monolith remaining. Here comes the Queen to provide a little bit of additional
more cleanup
support
to do.
Yeah, it's just the sweeper ups. I'm more worried about this Town Hall. Keep an eye on this Town Hall. It's going to barely go down, but the bomb right here could be an issue. He has nothing left. This Royal Champion's going to take some damage. She's got to get out of there.
Oh, no. No!
Oh.
Leo! It out with only one more after this.
Oh, so devastating. Any one troop could have got that sweeper because the sweeper's not going to deal any damage. Just the Royal Champion runs out of gas. Rocio will come in now with a dragon attack. It looks like it's going to be a queen charge into dragons as 2 healers are there along with that queen ability. Did she shoot the giant arrow across? I think she shot the giant arrow across the middle of the base. I missed it there. But it looks like got the sweeper and the air defense on the bottom side just to set up the pathing there for the dragons.
Tough entry point, but the dragons are well spread out, and with a nicely timed Eternal Tome, they all still look very healthy. He's got a lot of major defenses still left to encounter, though, with multi-infernos all around. Monolith does go down relatively early, and the Town Hall eliminated is another big erasure that Rocio can be happy about. Tapping her fingers all across that screen with maximum efficiency, but hoping that the 3 spells are going to be getting enough value to protect these dragons on the backside. This is the same problem that Rocio has had in the past, where the dragons storm in extraordinarily strong, but then run out of steam a little bit later in the attack. Royal Champion backing up on the top side, though, is not ready to throw in the towel yet, as another stab will take down that enemy multi-inferno, but another multi on the bottom side is burning up this poor Grand Warden, who just is staying too close.
Lost the headhunters for the Queen there. The problem here for Rocio is the dragons spread out way too much. I think this has the potential for a defense as the Queen's going to come over, take pot shots at the Royal Champion, and the Royal Champion's down.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the defense that HCM Brazil needs. Rocio is going to fall on offense yet again. The dragons just did not concentrate enough. This enemy Queen, the MVP, there was a giant bomb up there that took out the 2 headhunters that were in charge of taking her out. Look how low on health she is. She barely hangs on. And now Tompinai Empire find themselves trailing HTM Brazil. Pato's basic OG strategy, one that Bernal is very comfortable and very proficient at using. Let's see where he goes to set up this queen charge. It looks like right at the bottom of the base, using those balloons to catch seeking air mines to protect those healers, as he will surge in deep into this base for the Town Hall. Queen is looking really good. Also, the Flame Flinger over there on the left-hand side will look to set up 2 more seeking air mines. He is catching all the seeking air mines. These healers should be well protected.
Yeah, he found a vulnerability over there. No mortars to protect or any long-range Expos able to deny that Flame Flinger. There is a ground-based Expo near the Town Hall that could start firing away at it shortly, but not before it takes out that Ricochet cannon. Bernal's Queen is still looking a little bit dicey in the core. They are taking shots from the Monolith, but it's slowed down, and with the rage spell on those healers, it is quick enough to finish off that key defense. Gets the CC pull out as well, and he drops a poison to deal with that. A lot of players have been, not bringing poison spells recently, recognizing that ice golems are not going to be bothered much by them. But with seeing all these super minions and rocket loons coming on out, that poison spell is super effective, and Bernal can be even more confident that the lava loon starting from the top now is going to be exactly what it takes to find 3 stars on this base, Bash.
This is the big moment he's been waiting for. Warden ability to protect all those balloons as they work their way through that air defense and that multi-archer tower. The Royal Champion is the main line of defense here on the back, as there's not much holding this one back. Scattershot's going to go down from the Flame Flinger. Queen is still up, and this is going to be a commanding 3-star for Bernal. And HDM Brazil move into the lead, and you see him celebrated. He's elated. He knows what that means for his team. They are 1 attack away from moving on to our upper bracket finals.
Still good. We've seen 2 misses already. Is this final strike going to be another miss? With 2 out of our 8 attacks, that's a 25% miss rate. Will Celino miss again, or is he going to be able to deliver that final strike? Sends in a few rocket loons to clip the outer edges and does take down the air defense, protecting those healers, which are backing up this Grand Warden. Giant fireball launches into the edge of this base, and he'll find another invisibility spell in his arsenal. Keep that Grand Warden safe for a little bit longer. Should be able to snipe down the enemy Royal Champion before too long. Although Angry Jelly keeping him locked on to defenses for a little while has let her wander onto the bottom edge.
He does have to keep an eye on this clan castle. It will get pulled out here shortly. He is using these sneaky goblins to set up a hero dive towards the town hall. At least that's what it's looking like. The warden is continuing to walk through here right into that eagle artillery. He'll go right into the multis. Here comes the siege barracks with a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s out there. The king's on the bottom side of the base, joining up with the queen. Great skeleton spell to distract that X-bow, and everything is set up here for Celino to walk through the base of Rocio and get the 3-star. The enemy Royal Champion is still up, but ultimately shouldn't be an issue. Great poison here on the rocket balloons. The warden should be able to withstand them and get that all taken care of. It's all going to be about this town hall takedown and getting through the middle of this base.
Celino brought 3 headhunters, and you can really expect to see one of those get deployed soon against that enemy Barb King on the bottom. You got to be very heads up and just have extraordinary situational awareness to be able to drop those headhunters while you're sending in these rocket balloons and trying to manage your Grand Warden on the left side. It seems like you need like 17 eyes to keep it, you need a spider's vision to be able to have all of the action managed. But Celino's planning ability and his execution style are just unmatched at the top levels of the game. 50 seconds left to finish off the top corner, and he is running a little bit slower than usual, but he still should have a 3-star possibility here if he can clutch the remainder of these defenses without any difficulty. Holding on to a lot more rocket loons, and the march forward from the top of that Royal Champion seems like there's not a whole lot left to worry about on defense.
Yeah,
he's almost over the finish line, Bash.
Yeah, he's got this under control. Just the enemy Royal Champion will be the last line of defense, but Rocio's base is going to go down, and HTM Brazil will get the victory. They will move on to our upper bracket finals. Oh man, what a victory. They almost have the perfect war again. One building away.
They'll be facing off against TTP Esports and have already both scored 6.
Will beat TTP Esports against HCM Brazil. That will send us to our grand final. The loser that will move on to our lower bracket final, where we are still awaiting our final match of the day, TGG